thank you.
I'm not playing, I'm practicing. I'm learning. I can make a ton of money one day.
Yeah, one day when you finish school. Go on. Bye-bye. Right, what time are you meeting your dad?
In about an hour. Change the subject. Hi, Mum.
Why did you just say change the subject?
Because we were talking about stuff that you probably wouldn't find very interesting.
Oh, you're such a bad liar, Steve. Is there any tea left in that pot?
No, but I can make some fresh.
No, I tell you what, don't bother. I'll leave you to have a little chat in private.
Why'd you not just tell her? She's going to find out sooner or later.
Oh, it's my Mum and Dad. I know how to handle them.
Well, it doesn't look like it from where I'm sitting.
Look, I want to see him on his own first. Give him the bad news. Try to persuade him to stay away for a while.
Well, he can hardly expect the yellow ribbons tied round the lamppost, can he? They're divorced.
Well, that doesn't matter to me, Dad. He's a bit of a caveman when it comes to relationships.
Oh, so that's where you get it from.
Well, he isn't at streetcars. Do you know where he is?
I have no idea.
Well, he usually tells you everything.
Not today.
Michelle, you don't have to protect him, you know.
I'm not.
So go on, tell me. Why is he acting like this?
Like what?
Well, you know, all shifty. Like something's put his nose out of joint.
I really don't know.
I don't even know why I'm asking you. Thick as thieves, the pair of you.
Look, if you've got a problem with Steve, then talk to Steve.
Yeah, well, I would, but he won't answer me calls.
Well, you know, maybe he can't get a signal or something. Anyway, be back later.
Is it... Well, do you think he's upset because I've asked Andy to give me away?
Not that I know.
It's so hard, you know, organising a wedding. And I always pride myself on being really fair to both of them, but we hardly ever see Andy. And he is coming all this way. I'm just worried that if I don't involve him, he might not turn up at all.
Look, I'm sure he's cool about Andy.
But it is something to do with the wedding.
Oh, Liz, I'm so sorry, I really am, but you're talking to the wrong person.
What about you, son? Thanks for coming.
You said 10 o'clock. I've been here ages.
I was just saying goodbye to the lads in the wing. Then there was an admin cock-up. No one to process me.
It's outrageous.
Can you believe it? As if 6 years, 11 months and 25 days wasn't long enough to be banged up in there.
Does that include when you escaped?
It's good to see you, son. Come here. You know, I felt like thumping someone when they let me out.
Yeah, that'd be good. Get banged up just as you're coming out. That's giving it some even by your standards.
I'll tell you what, I've got 40 quid discharge allowance in my pocket, and do you know what I fancy?
I think I can guess.
A nice, big, strong coffee. Come on. Oh, dead on, son.
Got some photographs of Amy somewhere.
Oh. Yeah. She's a bonny wee lass, so she is.
Yeah, she is.
I don't mind telling you. The thought of meeting her kept me going inside. I can't wait.
Well, you'll see her soon enough. I don't think it's a good idea you come up the Rovers, though. Not yet, anyway.
Are you putting extra conditions on my licence already, son?
Look, no one wants any trouble, especially me mum.
Your mother won't get any trouble off me.
She's got another bloke. You probably knew she would. He's a bit of a plonker, actually. Can't believe they're getting married. It's no account for taste, I suppose. Oh, look, there's Amy getting a duckling badge. She's learning to swim there.
Your mother's getting married?
Yeah, next month. He works in the pub.
Aye. Husband and wife together running their own boozer. That was always our dream, so it was.
Yeah, well, she's moved on, hasn't she? Just hope you can do the same.
Good luck to them. So what about you and Michelle, eh? When are you two getting married?
Oh, it's early days yet. We are hoping to move into the Rovers as soon as my mum and a fella move in.
You can't tell me his name, you know, I don't mind.
Vernon he's called.
You don't have to pretend you don't like him on my account.
I don't. Never have.
Make sure you give him a chance for your mother's sake.
Have you heard you? Good luck to him. I hope you give him a chance for your mother's sake.
Like you said, Stephen, we all have to move on.
Yeah, well, you don't move on, dear. You never give up. She's marrying another bloke. You can be upset, you know.
Believe you me, Stephen. I am sorry things have worked out the way they have, Soham. Sorry. I didn't expect you to bring me here and tell me she wanted me back.
Well, I was expecting you to say to me that you'd move heaven and earth to get her back.
Burned me bridges, haven't I? Had me chance and I blew it.
Bennett, you must have had a lot of anger management.
Listen, I can go and get blocked and whack someone if it makes you feel any better.
No, this is fine. So, have you thought about anything about what you're going to do with yourself?
Oh, aye. Go and see my probation officer, observe the curfew at the bail hostel, move on, try and build a new life for myself.
Where have you been?
I've been playing golf.
Your mum thinks you're upset because she asked Andy to give her away.
Does she?
Yep, and she thinks I'm in league with you, so...
Sit down a minute, will you?
What, make her more paranoid? I've got to get back out there.
Look, it was weird. It's like he was a different person.
Your dad?
He stopped drinking, he was calm.
Yeah?
Yeah. Then when I told him about me mum and Vernon, well, he just accepted it. Didn't rip his shirt off, turn green, nothing.
Well, maybe he's mellowed.
Maybe he's on drugs and taken half of his brain out.
People can change, you know.
Look, I know I should be glad, but I just can't help thinking.
What?
You look pathetic, really. Shadow of the man he used to be.
And maybe he just looked at himself in the mirror and realised that things had to change. And if that is the case, then you have got to stop sneaking around lying to people.
Yeah?
I mean it, Steve. It's not your job to protect your mum. She deserves to know that he's out, and you've got to tell her. Thanks.
I've decided I'm going to tell her.
Well, I don't think you've got much choice, have you?
Yeah, but listen, I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do it somewhere where I can talk to her properly. Tell her how he's changed, how he's not the madman he used to be.
Somebody's coming.
Where is he? You can't have 2 minutes without somebody barging in.
Morning.
Morning, Vern.
Morning.
Can I get a cup of tea for her ladyship?
So, if not here...
I'm going to take her for a meal somewhere quiet so there's no interruptions. Talk to her properly then.
Right. So you're taking Amy with you then?
No.
Right, so you want me to look after her?
Well, it's not going to be full on, just an hour or so.
You stay with me.
Ah, good.
Hey, I am entitled to one line, you know.
Yeah. Look, I didn't mean that. Look, I want a word.
Right, but can I get my breakfast first?
In a minute. Look, I want to take you out for lunch somewhere because I want to talk to you about something, but I think we could do it better if we weren't here.
Morning.
Hi, love.
Got some shopping.
Well done. So what is this something you want to talk to me about?
Well, if we could do it now, we wouldn't have to go out, would we? Look, don't worry, Michelle's going to look after Amy. I've checked the rotor, Sean's on, and Vernon will be here, so lunch, OK?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Good. Go and have your breakfast. I'll do the bar.
OK. I tried to get him to tell me what it is, but he said no. I've got to wait till I'm actually sitting having my lunch.
No, I can guess what it is.
So can I.
He's going to try and persuade you to call off the wedding.
Right, well, if he does, he'll be wasting his time.
I mean, what else can it be?
I bought the table for 1:45, yeah?
Fine, yeah.
Great.
See, now else, and he would say it in front of me.
Stop worrying. We are getting married, no matter what. I won't let him put a stop to that.
Come here.
Can I get you something to drink while you're deciding?
Not for me, Ta, but Mum, do you want a glass of wine?
Gonna need one, am I? I'll just have a big glass of house red.
Thank you.
Right, now before you start, if you're gonna tell me not to marry Vernon, you'll be wasting your breath.
No, I'm not. Where have you got that from, anyway?
Well, because we're here, and I assume you wanted to talk to me without Vernon.
Well, yeah, but that's not it.
So what is it?
It's me dad. He's out.
He's been released.
Yeah.
They want you out for months.
I know, he got granted parole. Lot, I'm surprised at all.
So where is he? Oh, no, Steve. Don't tell me you've invited him to...
Oh, no, of course I haven't. Calm down. He's in a hostel.
Where?
Eccles. Look, he's promised me, he's given me his solemn promise that he will not come anywhere near the Rovers, not unless you invite him.
Does he know about the wedding?
Yeah, I told you.
And?
He wishes you and Vernon every happiness.
Oh, yeah. I can see him doing that.
He does. Look, he's changed. He's really changed.
One big glass of house red.
So,
Ready to order.
Not yet.
Any coffees or desserts or more drinks?
no, thank you.
Just the bill, thanks.
Just the bill.
I wish him well. I do. I'm so glad he's out of that prison. But I do not want him coming back into my life.
And he won't. This is what I keep telling you. He's different. He's changed.
Oh, yeah. Like a leopard changes its spots.
Look, Mum, he's promised me he won't come anywhere near you, Vernon, or the Rovers. He's given me his word.
You said...
Yeah, I know. Dad! What do you think you're doing?
Elizabeth? Good to see you.
You promised me.
I know. Look, I was just taking a wee look. I wasn't doing any harm. I'm a free man, you know, I can go where I like. You look lovely, Elizabeth.
I'm really glad you're out of prison, Jim. But I don't want you hanging around here, I really don't.
Oh,
I couldn't cope with it.
No. Look, I'm not going to be hanging around here. That's the last
well,
thing.
you'll excuse me for just going.
Yeah, certainly. It's good to see you.
You promised me.
I know.
What were you doing?
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not doing any harm. That's what I'm doing. Just taking a look at where I spent a very large part of my life. That's all. It's allowed, isn't it?
No, not in your case. No, it isn't.
Well, fine. I better be going then, hadn't I? Did your mother say anything about me?
Not a lot, no. There's more me telling her how you've changed. How you can be trusted to behave yourself.
Which is true.
Well, we get back and find your study here.
Well, I better be going then, hadn't I? Just make sure you tell her. As soon as I realised she wanted me gone, then I was gone. Cheerio now.
Listen, do you want me to go and say something?
Steve seen to him.
And he was just going to come in.
Well, yeah, I think so. Said he just wanted to look.
And that's what Steve wanted to talk to you about?
Yeah. Jim's out of prison 4 weeks before we get wed.
Right, he's gone. You told him?
Of course I've told him.
Ah, well, look, I'm sure it was just curiosity. He couldn't resist. Anyway, I'm gonna go and take over from Sean.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
Bit of a shock to you, love, eh?
I've had nightmares about this.
Look, you only have to see him if you want to.
Do I? She don't know him.
Do you reckon he'll be back?
Not if it's up to me, what?
Yeah, but from what everyone says, Jim's not the kind of man to take no for an answer.
Well, yeah. But we're not going to let him bully us, are we?
Of course not. Just want to be prepared, that's all.
If he thinks he can just turn up and we're all going to change our plans, he's got another thing for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why did he have to come here?
Well, Steve's here, Amy's his grandkid. I suppose most of his family are here.
He doesn't deserve family.
It's like the bank losing all your records and coming to you and saying, Mr. McDonald, how big was your overdraft? Would you tell him the truth?
You owe the bookies 400 quid.
I owe the old bookie, Stan. The old bookie 400 quid, not the new bookie.
Well, it'd have passed the debt on, wouldn't he?
He might not have done. He might have seen it as a retirement gift to me.
Are you going to visit planet Earth anytime soon?
Yes, we've given it a go. What I'm not going to be doing is marching over there and saying, all right, our kid, welcome to the neighbourhood. By the way, if no one's told you, I owe you 400 quid.
I owe my old catalogue £16.50. Nice pair of pyjamas. They must have forgotten about it. I never mentioned it.
See?
Yeah, but I never wore them, though. I always had this reoccurring nightmare where a bunch of blokes with baseball bats would just, you know, break down my door in the middle of the night.
See?
There you are. I've been looking for you everywhere.
Ah, yeah. I told my mum I was got the cash and carry.
Yeah, well, I knew that was a lie.
How?
Because your car's outside.
Yeah, well, I've not been yet.
What, so you mean you are going to the cash and carry then?
No, I'm going to go and see me dad, but I couldn't tell her that, could I?
Oh, no. Sneaking around's a much better option.
Well, he's not seen his granddaughter yet. When she found out, she'd go mad. Cover for me.
I'll see you smiling now.
He's an idiot.
Where you going?
I'm just going to go round to Deirdre's for a coffee.
Was that wise?
Why not?
Well, he's still out there. I'll walk you round.
What, you think that he might be out there right now waiting for me?
Liz, I've never met the guy, yeah? All I know is what people tell me, and he sounds like trouble. I don't want you walking around there on your own.
Oh, that is really sweet.
Has, anyone seen my phone? I've put it down somewhere and I can't find it.
I'll tell you what, I'll see Deirdre later. I'll stay here, have a coffee with you. Michelle, any sign of Steve yet?
Steve?
Yeah. He said he were taking Amy to cash and carry.
I think he had something to do at streetcars first. Said he'd be quite a while.
Don't worry. I'm here.
Ah, she's a great wee girl. Credit to you, so she is.
Yeah.
You have a good life, Stephen. You think there might be any room in there for your old man?
It's not just me, though, is it?
I really want to be a good grandfather to her.
I know.
And a better father, too. I'm well aware of being a lousy husband twice. Still, after all this, who knows? Maybe I can make a decent ex-husband, eh?
Look, my mum thinks I'm at the cash and carry.
Oh, cut yourself on, son. Don't tell me you're lying to your mother already.
Afraid so. Look, I'd love for you to stay around here. I just don't think that my mum and Vernon would see it the same.
So you can't use your impressive powers of persuasion, then?
I don't know whether I can, then.
Listen, Stephen, I'm not going to cause any trouble, eh? If I step out of line just even once, that's me back in the big house till 2010. I don't want to go around upsetting people.
I know.
All I want to do is find myself a nice wee job, roof over my head, decent boozer I can have a pint in after work. That's what I want. It's family that matters now. She's got so much growing up to do. I want to be a part of that, so I do.
So, any sign of Jim today?
No. Vernon's a bit jittery, though. He thinks Jim's hiding round corners, waiting to jump out as soon as he sees us.
And what do you think?
Well, it's not easy to be cool about it. Life's never simple when Jim's about, is it?
Well, he may have changed. He's had a lot of time to think about his life, think about the mistakes he's made.
He'd need a lot of time. Number of mistakes he's made.
Sounds to me like you need to sort this out. You look like a bag of nerves.
You know, it's at times like this I need a smoke.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're strong enough to resist the temptation.
Listen, I've got a packet of cigarettes at home if you
Deirdre?
I could fetch him round.
You are a lifesaver.
Right, as soon as we've had these.
You feel worse after?
Only after the first one. After a few, I'll feel great.
Go on, then. Slimmerty Joe. Wee. Do you have to go right now?
Yeah, she's hungry.
Sure, we can get some food to calf. Come on out.
Nah, I'll have to get back.
So Elizabeth doesn't start suspecting, is that the crack?
I will tell her, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you will, and I really appreciate it, son, honestly. Right. You're gonna give your granddad a nice big hug? Come here. Oh, thank you. Bye-bye. Visiting time in the big house, this. I'll see you soon.
I'll call you, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, you rascal.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
You know, all day I've been on pins expecting Jim to walk in and turn everything upside down. This is the first time I've actually felt relaxed.
He might have changed.
No, I doubt it. But you know, I have. It's taken a long time, but I know you can't touch me now. I'm happy with Vernon. I am marrying a man who loves me. And I love him.
You don't owe Jim a thing.
I know. I just wish he'd go off and start his new life somewhere else.
Sure, I'm not saying Andrew was a saint, but I mean, compared to your man, well, sure, they were chalk and cheese from the day they were born, so they were.
Oh, I haven't been on the pool with Steve. I'd say Andy was chalk.
What about you, pig man?
What are you doing here?
Well, just killing time. I thought I'd pop in for a wee chat.
Well, do us a favour, kill it somewhere else, will you?
Where? It's too damn cool to be sitting in a park. I'm not exactly a window shopper, and, well, I know what I'm not allowed, so
Yeah, but you know what it's like if me mum flipping sees you.
What? What's it like? I mean, what is she afraid of? All I want is a quiet life, but of course, if I'm not allowed, then I'll just
where are your
disappear.
shoes?
What?
Where are your shoes?
Ah. Well, they appear to have run off with me suitcase, so they do.
What do you mean?
Come here. There's more. It appears we have a thief in the bail hostel.
Well, this is ridiculous. I'm going to go down.
Sit down, son. Anger management or not, I'm perfectly capable of looking after myself. I can fight my own battles.
Yeah, flipping looks like it. You're still here in your socks. Wait here. I'll go and get some gear from the Rovers.
Michelle!
Yeah?
Have you seen this?
Well, obviously not, else I would have shot it.
Security is very important. We keep quite a lot of money on these premises. Would you mind having a word with that son of yours, please?
Well, how do you know it was Ryan?
Well, I saw him before with his coat on. And besides, who else would it be?
Sorry, it was me. I just popped in to get some stuff. I was only a minute.
I'll, leave you to have a word with that son of yours.
Were you up to creeping about?
Didn't want to wake you up. Thought you might be having a lie-in or something, you know.
All right. Pity you weren't so thoughtful when you were caterwauling in shower first thing this morning. Doing a bunk?
Just getting some stuff loaded.
Fallen on hard times, has he?
Punter. Throw up all over him. Minging.
Even in his shoes?
Yeah, all in his laces. Horrible. You don't really want to know. Right, see you then.
Steve, I wouldn't bother with the jumper. Yellow was never your dad's colour.
No, thank you, son. I appreciate it.
No worries, you bought me enough dinners. How are the shoes?
Well, to tell you the truth, they're a wee bit snug, but no worse than stuff I've worn in the army.
I bet they never had those daft tassels on, though, eh?
Right enough.
They were better in the shop, all right.
Well, as long as they keep the rain out, that's all that matters. Nothing a pair of scissors won't cure.
Some clothes in the bag just to tide you over.
No, you're fine, son. Shoes I need, but I can manage without the rest of the stuff. I've still got a wee bit of pride, so I have.
You mean Dad, pride don't come into it.
Ah, well, now, there speaks a man who's never had a son. No, I appreciate it, son. And I'll square you away as soon as I get back on my feet.
No, you won't. I'm glad to help. Go on, I'll give you a lift.
No, I'd rather walk. Might as well break him in, eh?
It's miles.
I know. It's not far enough. Believe you me. I'm not looking forward to going back to that place, so I'm not.
Is there no way you can get out of there?
Oh, aye. New place, that means rent. That means a decent job, and there's no way I'm going to get a decent job living in a bail hostel. Catch 22.
Streetcars.
Anyway, look, yous are busy, and it's my problem. I'll see you, lads.
Yeah, love, okay, 10 minutes. Yeah, bye. I'd put some WD-40 on those wheels if I was you, kid.
What?
In your bonds, lad. The sound of grinding is driving me crazy.
Well, what do you expect? My Dad's walking the flipping streets in his socks.
Haven't seen those shoes. I'd say he was better off.
It's not funny. I mean, is it really the best I can do? A pair of second-hand shoes and a butty from Roy's?
Next time you can buy him a kebab.
I mean it. I mean, I bought me mum a flipping pub. You think the least I could do was give me Dad a job, give him some self-respect back?
Look, I can see what you're saying, mate, but Liz is hardly going to roll out the red carpet for him at the Rovers, and he can't drive a cab with his record.
No reason why he can't do the switch.
Eileen, Claire, there's 2 for starters. 4 if you count Fat Brenda. Look, don't just sit there chewing your nails. Do something productive. Go and clean out those cabs. You know what they're like after a Saturday night?
That's it.
I wish I could get so excited about cleaning out dry puke.
Me Dad can be taken on as a full-time valet.
Hang on. Even on minimum wage, that's going to cost.
He'll earn it. He's a grafter. Anyway, I can't see him go downhill, can I?
Oh, all right, if it means that much to you. It's a good job I didn't buy into this business to make a profit, isn't it, eh?
So how long's Jim planning on sticking it out?
I don't know.
And why? We could go anywhere.
Well, why'd you think? Me and Amy were all he's got.
Yeah, you, Amy, and his missus.
X, if you don't mind.
Well, I hope so, otherwise you're about to become a bigamist.
You see, that's it. We're planning for the future. The wedding's just round the corner. Then he appears like a big black cloud.
Will you stop being so selfish? At least you've got a flipping future.
Oh, how about you, son? Got your message?
Good. You know, you look a bit rough. You fallen off the wagon already, haven't you?
Oh, you have little faith. No, we didn't get much sleep last night. We were evacuated. Some bucky just set fire to his bed, so we did. Never a dull moment in there, I'll tell you.
You need to get out of that place.
Yes. Chance would be a fine thing.
Listen, I know it's not much, but...
listen, no, son. You've done enough. You're a good lad, but I'm not happy.
No. We were wondering whether you want to put in a few hours for us.
Doing what?
Well, valeting the cars. I mean, you'd be doing us a favour, but you'd be getting a few quid for it and all, you know.
What about your man?
Well, you could with him.
Well, I'm sure I can find someone around here who isn't.
Yeah, well, I've not mentioned it to her yet. But as long as you stay away from her and love her, boy.
I'll tell you what, that's not a bad idea, so it's not. I just don't want to be bringing any trouble to your door, so...
Don't be daft.
Right, well, you're on. I'll go and have a couple of quid in the jolly.
Well, obviously you're not going to be over the moon about this, but I've given me Dad a job.
You are joking. I don't want him in here.
Not in here, streetcars.
Well, thank heaven for small mercies. Listen, if you ask me, that is still too close for comfort.
Well, it's not down to you, is it? Anyway, he said he'd stay away from you two.
Do you know what? I think loyalty is a really good thing, but in this case, it's totally misplaced.
Well, it's all right for you, isn't it, Mum? I mean, you've got a job, a home, a partner. My Dad's got nothing, has he?
So you keep saying it, and whose fault's that? I feel completely unnerved. Everything's going really well for me, and then he pops up like the ghost of Christmas flaming past.
He's my Dad, Mum. I mean, I can't turn me back on him, can I?
I know. And I love you for that. I just think you're making a big mistake bringing him around here. And you're giving him a reason to stay. It's going to bring a whole lot of trouble to all of us.
I don't want to hear it. I've got enough on my plate at the moment.
Colour Sergeant McDonald reporting for duty. Just give us the chamois in the bucket and I'll get on with things.
Is it Bob a job week, or is this your way of telling me that you now work here?
Ah, so Stephen hasn't spoken to you there?
Evidently not.
Well, he's got me washing cars and stuff like that.
Well, you need a miner's hat with a light on because it's pitch black.
Ah, well, I got stuck with my probation officer. That's why I'm late. I'm sorry.
Don't have to explain yourself to me. Steve's the boss. I'm just a switchboard monkey.
Listen, I can see why you might have a face on you.
Oh, that's where Steve gets his tact and diplomacy.
Well, I understand working with an ex-con is not exactly an ideal situation for you, but look, don't worry your head. I won't be any trouble in you. Well, you don't have to worry about your purse. Oh, and incidentally, you might be the switchboard monkey, but I'm the general dog's buddy, so theoretically that puts me below you in the pecking order.
Does that mean I get to boss you around?
Actually, you send me out for a tin of elbow grease if that turns you on.
All right.
All right.
Now, when were you going to tell me?
What?
That your dad here has just joined the Good Ship streetcars.
Ah, sorry.
So how's it going then? Hostel still standing?
Just about, aye.
Where you going to?
Yeah, well, it's better in the big house, son.
All right.
Now I've got this wee job, then things are looking up.
Good-o. Right, I'll leave you to it then.
Oh, listen, before you go, when's a good time for me to go and see Amy?
Well, leave me with it. I'll sort something out.
You big girl, you'll be complaining next if you got housemaid's knee. Hi, Liz, what can I do for you?
Right, look, there you are. I'll away on.
No, it's you I've come to see, actually. I need a word.
Oh, well, what can I do for you?
Well, it's your lucky day. I'm being promoted from car washer to second in command on the switch.
Well, you're a sight for sore eyes, Elizabeth. God, it's good to see you.
Don't start.
What? I can't even pay you a compliment now?
No, you can't soft soap me because I know you too well.
Well, I can't argue with that. After all, we were married for 27 years.
Yeah, about 20 years too long, in my opinion.
Well, you certainly know how to hurt a man.
Do you know what? It suited me, you being in prison, because I knew what you were doing. I had nothing to worry about.
Liz, you have nothing to fear from me.
Do you know what you're doing here? I know, one way or another, you're out to cause trouble.
Look, I can't blame you for thinking badly of me. But Elizabeth, you have it wrong this time.
So why don't you go somewhere else? Go see Andy, eh? You've not seen him for ages.
Well, are you sure Spain's quite far enough?
I prefer Australia, but it's not up to me, is it?
Look, Elizabeth, darling, I've made an awful mess of my life over the years, pretending to be some macho, stupid buck agent. I've learned the hard way. But I realise now, all that matters is the people you love.
You do know that we actually get married 3 weeks today?
Mm-hmm. And I wish you all the very best, so I do.
So I'm asking you, Jim, please, stay away. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh, come on, let's catch yourself on. I'm not going to ruin it. I'm very happy for you, truly I am. Hey, son.
Uh-huh. I brought you in advance on your wages.
Well, thank you. You didn't have to. You've done enough for me.
Michelle's got Amy in the bath. She knows she's got to be squeaky clean for Father Christmas.
Oh, morning. How are you?
Wonderful, fabulous, couldn't be better.
Not really a morning person, are you? Do you want coffee?
Thanks, but we're treating ourselves to breakfast at Roy's. No, we're just checking it's all right to pick Amy up about 9:30ish.
Actually, I was thinking of taking Amy out one day next week, if that's all right with everyone.
Well, why wouldn't it be?
Well, it's with me dad.
Oh, well, he is her grandfather, isn't he?
Yes, but...
I mean, he is still pretty much a stranger to you.
Well, I'll be there. Just be a nice, normal day out. He hasn't had a lot of those.
Fine by us, isn't it?
Yeah, but we don't want Amy unsettling, you know. It is her first Christmas without her mummy.
Yeah, it's going to be hard enough for her without Jim complicating things.
Well, I'll keep an eye on her and him. Just be a low-key, happy day, I promise, OK?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll manage it very well.
Yeah, well, if that's what you want.
OK. Just don't let him feed her loads of rubbish and get her overexcited.
He's not an idiot, you know.
Listen, Ken, why don't you go and order our breakfast? See if Roy's got any blueberry muffins for Amy. She might as well come with us now.
Yeah. Right, OK. See you then, Steve. Bye.
Oh, hey?
Oh.
Am I fab or am I fab?
You will do. He's going off to meet his best man.
Oh, blimey, Vernon, I thought you were getting ready to meet a woman.
Well, you know, I don't want to look my age, do I? Right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sharp?
Razor sharp.
Oh.
He's a happy man.
I'm a happy woman.
Are you? Even with Jim back on the scene?
Well, there's always one cloud in the sky, but at least he's behaving himself.
Keeping his distance, you mean?
As long as it stays that way.
Everyone's got something to say about my dad, haven't they?
I didn't say a word.
There are worse people around. Bigger problems.
Hi, Bill. What can I get you?
2 squashes, you know, them orange juice thingies.
Catch yourself on, Bill. Sure, you can have a pint even if I can't.
Oh, you 2 have, mate, haven't you?
Only in my dreams.
Don't let young Steve hear you say that, eh?
I see. You must be Michelle.
Yeah, and you must be Jim.
I certainly am. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Elizabeth. How are you? It's good to see you.
Jim? Bill?
Hiya.
Sorry, I didn't know what to do.
Pint for me then, Michelle, and orange for Jim.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've got the place looking good, so you have.
Yeah, thanks. You're not settling in for the night, are you?
No, look, I got the message loud and clear. I'll soon be on my way, I promise. Oh, well, now, isn't that a sight to gladden an old granddad's heart, eh?
Ah, Grandad Jim. How are you?
How are you, kid? I'm all right. Deirdre?
Fine.
Come here, Ewan. How are you, wee lamb? Have you had a nice day?
Oh, come on, Amy. Come on round and see me.
She's grand, isn't she?
She certainly is, but it's way past
What?
the bedtime. Already, isn't it?
All right, night, wee lamb.
She's had her tea.
Yeah. Night, Amy. Thanks for a lovely day.
Are you two going to stay for a drink?
Yeah, may as well, if you'll join us.
Right, well, I better finish my drink and get away on then.
Hey, relax, Jim. We've only just got here, for God's sake.
No, he needs to get back to the hostel.
Yeah. Best not, eh?
Well, in it enough that you can't have a proper drink. Now, come on, it's my round.
Same again for Jim and Bill, please, Liz.
Right, I'll just take Amy through. I'll be back in a minute. Come on, gorgeous girl.
Come on, I did my best. Yeah?
Yes, love.
Don't be telling me, Dad. You've got to tell her, yeah? Sorry, can I have a pint of bitter and a large one?
It's one of life's basic lessons, son. Never discuss money with a woman. I've never done it before, and I'm not going to start now.
Well, then you've only got yourself to blame, haven't you?
Look, it's your money as well as mine, you know. Son? Dan?
Do you reckon that one comes in the shop?
Talk to yourself, Harry. His brains have just dropped into his pants. Hello? Am I invisible?
Oh, sorry, I was just waiting for fireworks starting over there.
I'm checking you out. Ooh. Oh, Bucky boy. It's not going to happen.
It could.
No. Not once he finds out my copper. Come on, let's go.
Is it something I said?
Same rent as Violet.
What? Oh, yeah, really?
Well, I can't see you lonely for Christmas, can I?
Oh, that's great, thanks, Eileen.
Yeah, I must be mad just when my life starts to get simpler.
Right, my round, what you having?
Pint of vodka.
Right, we've got to play darts, right? And don't say anything.
Oh, it's right down my back.
Oh, God, here we go.
Son.
Really sorry.
It's all right. You okay, love?
I'm okay. You got the full force.
Right, listen, I don't want any trouble here, all right?
He's not causing any bother, so
And that goes for you as well.
Look, I'm not the one causing trouble, Elizabeth.
I'm not causing any trouble either.
No, he's not at all, sir. He's just a wee bit unsteady in his feet. Here, come on.
Yeah, it's a shandy lightweight.
Well, if that's all he is, then he's fine. Go on you over there and find some darts to play with. There you are, good boy.
Right, just make this one your last, eh?
Oh. Give us a towel there, Elizabeth, would you? And you. Sure, it's not long since our lads were like that, eh?
Let me get you a drink.
No, you're all right. You go over there, join your mates. This one's on me.
Well, thank you.
He said he'd stay away. He promised.
Well, they were getting on okay. Ish.
Ish? Why don't you tell me?
Because I knew you'd go wading in trying to keep the peace. They don't need you there, Steve.
Don't they?
Well, I think we've got enough worries of our own, haven't we?
Hey, come in, Jim.
I certainly am. Good night, Elizabeth. Thanks very much.
Jim, can we,
Yeah, of course. Willie? See you tomorrow, son.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so what can I do for you?
I just feel that I should act more normal around you. Because whatever's gone on in the past, we've got 2 sons together, haven't we?
We do.
And a granddaughter as well now.
And a lovely wee girl she is, too.
I'm really sorry I've not been very welcoming to you, ever.
Oh. Elizabeth, look, I didn't expect you to roll out the red carpet for my behalf.
No, but I don't want to create an atmosphere either. I don't want Steve to have to choose between you and me.
I'm not here to make trouble, and I'm not going to cause any difficulties between you and Steve, or you and Vernon, for that matter. And you must be...
Vernon. Yeah. Sorry I'm late, love.
This is Jim.
Yeah, I gathered.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just thought I should get a few things out in the open, that's all.
No trouble.
No, nothing at all.
I don't want to upset.
Relax, Vernon. Like I say, I'm not here to cause trouble. The past is gone. The future's what matters now. You won't even know I'm here. So I'll say good night. Good night, Vernon. Elizabeth. Night.
Well, he's got some front.
God, what a night.
I knew it. Now, what happened?
No, nothing at all. It was all fine.
Well, so much for him keeping his distance.
I know. I've been cringing all night waiting for it to kick off.
Yeah, well, you didn't look too worried to me.
You are?
Just saying, you know, what it's looked like.
Oh. So go on.
Well, it's just... Right, there's one customer in the pub, yeah? Oh, it just happens to be...
This is all I need.
Listen, I worry about you, love. I care about you, and you wouldn't like it if I didn't...
Grow up, Vernon.
Hey, what, a few years ago, my dad had knocked them guys out last night.
I know, I was surprised as well.
Yeah, I've met blokes like him. Far too handy with a fist.
No, what I'm saying is that he used to be like that. You know, he's changed. You know, that's my point.
Anger management courses obviously work.
Oh, he's a new man. You reckon?
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
Anyway, what does it matter? Do you know what? I don't care if he joins Greenpeace and starts wearing sandals. As long as he stays away from us.
Be lucky. Thank you.
Have you got a grandmother?
Just the one, why? Are you applying for the vacancy?
Would you be happy charging her £1.50 for a cup of tea that tastes like yesterday's dishwater?
I take it our tea doesn't meet your high standards, Blanche. So, there you go. There's £1.50 and my heartfelt, sincere apologies. Thank you.
You causing trouble already, Blanche?
Your tea inside were probably better than this bilge water.
Oh.
Taste that.
Right. Oh, right enough. That there could be coffee.
It could be chicken noodle soup for all it resembles tea. I'll bring a thermos in future.
Not a problem. You're a valued customer.
Here, Blanche, between you and me, have a good thing in the 2:30. Come on.
I'm not in the habit of consorting with them that have been inside.
Oh, I see. How's wee Tracy?
The 2:30, you said?
Still, Blanche, you must be looking forward to the wedding, you know, Elizabeth and Vernon, eh?
Oh, not fagged on weddings. All that dancing and singing. I prefer a funeral. Anyway, haven't had my invite yet.
Oh, I see. I mean, still, he seems like a nice enough fella, Vernon, you know what I mean?
He's landed on his feet, I'll say that for him. Married to a landlady. Must think all his Christmases have come at once.
But, I mean, he does his fair share over there, doesn't he?
Ah, supposed to be cellar man. But spends so much time sat down, it's hard to tell where his backside ends and the bar stool starts.
Really?
Thanks, Mike. Thank you. Hey, snotty cow in that shoe shop, making me wear a pop top. What were all that about?
Ladies?
Same old Jim, obviously spent the day in the bookies, by the looks of it.
With my mother? What have you two been up to?
A paint in the Forth Bridge. What's it look like?
Gambling. Thought you were a changed man.
Ach, no, sure, I've given up the booze. I'm entitled to one vice besides. Blanche and I had a wee bit of luck, didn't we, darling?
Our horse came in 8-1. Earned half me week's pension in 5 minutes. Can't be bad.
Great. Drinks are on you tonight, then, Mother.
You've had that. This is going towards a new hat for this wedding of yours. If I'm invited, that is.
Blanche, of course you are.
Hey, come on, then. I can stretch to a fish supper. Play your cards right.
See you later.
See you, thanks, Steve.
I enjoyed our wee chat, so I did, Blanche. Well, a man's entitled to a bit of female company after such a long lie down inside, don't you think?
Right, is it all sorted? Can I make this man a butty without putting a tin hat on?
Oh, don't worry, I'll get a kebab.
No, you will not.
Listen, I've got a bit of a dilemma.
That's a shame.
Michelle needs to go out.
Right, as long as she's back in half an hour. No, Steve. I've got an appointment at Audrey's.
Well, we don't let Ryan go to this competition on his own. Not with this weirdo hanging around.
Right, you take him.
What, a madam as well?
Not my problem.
But, Mother, my problems have always been your problems. That's what makes you such a brilliant mum.
Oh, listen, Amy. This is a new kind of magic. This is called buttering up.
I'm not buttering up, honest. This can't stop Ryan from going because it's not fair.
Right, but it's not fair to ask me to babysit again. Me and Vern do our fair share.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Go and make this man his meal. Sorry, Harry. Come on then, sweetheart. Let's go and show Michelle this marvellous picture. See whether Ryan's cooled his jets.
Hang on, so what are you going to do?
Well, it's only for a few hours. My dad look after her. He's always saying how much he misses her.
My name will be forever. My name will be forever one with yours, like. Oh, yes.
Right.
Oh, hi. Oh, it's just the wedding vows. I thought you.
Jim's come for Amy.
Amy, oh yeah, right. Oh, Amy, next door. Barlow's. I should have.
He won't be long.
Right, well, I'll stay here if you don't mind.
Yeah, whatever.
Right, see you in a wee bit. Oh, Les. I vow always to be there for you. My name will be forever one with yours, like Romeo and Juliet, Sonny and Cher, Newton and Ridley, and... You know, when there were wee lads, I'd have put money on the fact that Andy would have been the success and not Stephen.
Ah, yeah, but our Steve's always had that bit of something about him, hasn't he?
Aye. Aye, has indeed. Well, look at the state of him now. He's that successful, he's got the pair of us working for him.
Right, oh, here you go, Grandad.
Oh, how's my wee princess? Are you ready for your old Grandad to spoil you all day now, eh? Right, I'll away on. Oh, here, Elizabeth. I like your hair. You all now?
Yeah, I was going to mention the...
Let's take her.
Hiya.
Vernon, your wedding vows.
Eh?
Your wedding vows. I put them underneath the cushion on the sofa. I didn't think you'd want Elizabeth to see them, all right? Cheerio now. Your granddad will do it off, eh?
Hang on a minute. You read my vows?
Yes, Vernon, I did. They were on the table.
Well, you had no right.
Well, no, I don't suppose I did. Look, I'm sorry if you're upset, son.
Well, yeah, you could say that.
I didn't think you'd want Elizabeth to see them.
True. Thanks.
My pleasure. So, are we done?
Yeah.
Good. Cheerio. Vernon. They really were dead good, though, you know.
Oh, do you think?
Oh, aye. I mean, I've known Elizabeth 30-odd years, and I'll tell you this and I'll tell you no more. It'll bring a tear to her eye, so it will.
Oh, Ta.
Ah. I mean, you know, that double act thing. Brilliant. But, listen, word of advice. Ant and Dec.
Eh?
Ant and Dec, you know what I mean?
Oh. No, that was my writing. That was Ant and Cleo, Anthony and Cleopatra.
Very good. What in the name of God does your granny say in that wee man, eh? He's some pup, isn't he?
Come on! Unfortunately, a couple of the bands have had to pull out.
I mean, it's cancelled then?
No. If it were, they said they'd let everybody know. Come on.
Fingers crossed then.
They didn't look nice.
Someone for you.
Evening.
Elizabeth, I was in the vicinity, you know, passing by. I thought I'd Well, I thought I'd pop in and see how you were doing.
What would you like?
Well, I'm still on the water, so I'll tell you what, if you can spare me one of them, that'll be dead on. Is that burning stag night getting underway?
Yeah, I think it might have been, yeah.
Uh-huh. Not the biggest stag night I've ever seen. A man of few friends, I take it.
If you're trying to get me to say things about Vernon, you're wasting your breath.
Oh, not at all. Cheers. No, you've made your choice. I don't suppose there's anything I can say that make you change your mind.
There isn't.
Still, friends aren't everything, are they? Question is, will he make you happier than I did?
Wait. You recovered from last night yet?
Have I recovered from last night? Have I recovered from last night? Have I?
What? I don't know now, do I?
Yes, I have. 2 litres of water and a pickled egg. Always works for me.
Yeah, I'll never get that drunk, so I wouldn't know, would I?
So says the man who called Spirit in the Sky a classic in the taxi.
Yeah, but it is.
Hey, do you know that Liz has booked us a stripper? I don't know.
That's a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, what does this guy have all that then?
No, it's a male stripper. Commando Sam.
Ah, well, there you see, that was always Elizabeth's problem, so it was. She could never resist a man in uniform, eh?
Feel that? No, listen, these aren't man boobs, you know. That's real muscle.
Yeah.
Got a fair set of pecs on the drums. I've still got the same waistline as when I was 20.
Vernon.
In fact, I can still get into the thong I lost my virginity in.
Vernon.
Obviously, I took it off.
Vernon, is there a point to any of this?
Yeah, I mean, why is she wasting her money on that? I could have done a strip for them.
Excuse me, everybody. Hello, can I have your attention, please? Right, as you may or may not know, tonight is my official and hopefully final hen night. But as well as that, tonight is a ladies' only night. So, gentlemen, please, down your drinks and head towards the door. Now, the glamorous barmaids of mine here are not working tonight. They're here to enjoy themselves as well. So just come behind the bar and help yourselves to drinks. But there is an honesty pot next to the till. Sorry. All right, then, come on, fellas. Shift your backsides. Right. Come on, go on. Off you go. Hi. Hey. Give us a sly one while nobody's looking.
You're getting in trouble.
I don't care if it gives you wrinkles.
Oh, there you go.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah. And there's always surgery.
Did you see that nail strip?
Oh.
If I were 10 years younger...
20.
Oh!
And it wasn't your M night. Hey, listen. I couldn't help but notice you were talking about your ideal man earlier on.
Was I?
And it sounded more like Jim than Vernon.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
But if it'd been a few years ago, I wouldn't really looked at Vernon, would I?
So what's changed?
Well, I know I say I like macho men, but I have had a fair few. They leave you in tatters, don't they?
So you're being practical?
Fantasies are fantasies. They should stay that way.
Hey, I can feel another tequila smasher coming on.
Good morning, Betty.
Hello, love.
Do you mind if I go through?
Well, if that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Compliments of the season.
Oh, and you, my love.
Go on, Jim, take a chocolate.
Oh, thank you very much. Hey, where's all the creams, eh?
Ah, Vernon.
Aye, you're some beastie you are, Vernon, aren't you?
Well, so they say.
Big suntanned beast, eh?
It's called a sunbed. Have you heard of him?
You're too skinny. Make sure you get some food down you this afternoon, eh?
Yeah, I will eat, drink and be merry, Jim.
That's the girl.
Listen, Dad, why don't you stay in and have lunch with us?
Ach, no, sure, don't want to be any bother. I wouldn't mind a couple of hours in the bar, you know. If nobody minds, you know, bit of company for me. And don't worry, I'll be on the water.
Of course, yeah. Listen, thanks again for Amy's done.
Well, I wish it could have been more, son, you know what I mean?
Where's our little princess then?
Oh, Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Right then, who's having what to drink? Would you like a sherry blanche?
I'll have a snowball.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Have you mentioned Tracy yet?
I made a bungled attempt.
She said she was going to phone.
Well, she did, but I heard her crying on the other end.
Could Amy tell?
I said a moment ago.
Well, that's nothing. My missus, if she saw a sign saying one for the price of two, she'd have it and wouldn't even think twice.
There you are, you see.
Yeah, Dad.
What's this, son?
Well, I didn't know whether you wanted it warming up or whether you were going to take it with you. Or...
Stephen, you didn't have to be doing that.
Yes, I did.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll take it with me. There's a microwave in the hostel, so there is.
Sure.
Aye, certainly. Right, listen, gentlemen, all the very best,
Yeah,
all right?
too,
I wish you well.
Have a good day.
Cheers, mate.
Listen, what are you going to do with yourself tonight?
Well, one of the old fellas fancies a game of cards and he's got a radio, so we're all right.
A radio? It's like being back inside.
As long as I can see Amy on Christmas Day, that'll keep me going, don't you worry. Cheerio now.
Yeah.
What about you, son?
Oh, hi, Dad.
Listen, got a fare?
No, I've got to go into town and get some new shoes for this wedding.
Fancy a wee bit of company?
Know you into shopping?
Well, anything without bars and the windies will do me these days.
Well, dive in. Well, they do. Thank the Lord.
I sure he was looking to buy a pair of red cowboy boots, so he was, but I managed to talk him out of it, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Here, Vernon, is my wedding invitation in the post. She wouldn't credit it, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Babe, you don't think he's becoming a bit of a fixture here?
No, I don't think so. Why, is he bothering you?
No.
Because I can say something.
It's fine.
Well, in all, I mean, he's an obliging enough fella, so he is, you know, he takes a joke.
I think forgiving is the word you're looking for.
He'd need to be, wouldn't he, eh?
No, what I mean is, I think that's part of the attraction, you know what I mean?
What do you mean by that there?
Well, yeah, she had a bit of a thing with the drain man a few months back.
She never did.
Hi, yeah. Vernon found out that you-know-what hit the fan, and, well, took her back in the end, mind.
Well. You learn something new every day, so you do.
All right. Listen, you might have this from me.
No, not at all, no. Wouldn't say a word, son.
What you call that?
Just an orange juice, yeah?
Ah, yes, Vernon, sad but true.
Don't panic. Lauren has entered the building.
Although apparently I'm a better man for it, so I am.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit too weak-willed for all that, me.
Aye, I can see that.
We can't all be free of sin. Else Liz would be bored out of a tree.
I don't remember there being a farewell party when I went away.
Vernon, delivery's here when you've got a minute.
Oh, I am right on it, my angel. Girls.
Oh, however will we cope?
Hey, Vern, listen, I don't mind getting that if you want to carry on serving.
Jim, I'm not being funny, mate, but if you have a look around, you'll see that me and Liz aren't doing a bad job of running this pub. We don't need any help, other than what we've already got. Hey, you just stay there and enjoy your orange juice, yeah?
Well, now, that's put me in my place good and proper.
No, just making sure you know, that's all.
Oh, I get the picture. You carry on.
It's going to be the wedding of the year. Yeah. Hey, wait till you see the suit I've got. Yeah. Yeah, you are the man. Yeah, see you, mate. Cheers. That was Bob, just checking we're all right for Sunday.
This Sunday?
Yeah, you know, I told you ages ago.
Right, but who's going to look after Amy? I've got all the stuff to organise for the wedding reception. Steve's busy, so you can forget him.
Well, what about Michelle?
Are you kidding? Her head's all over the place. No, Vernon, you'll have to screw it.
No, because he's the best man.
Right, well, in that case, he'll understand, won't he?
Oh, no, it's not on this, no. Well, right, yeah, no, fair enough, yeah. See, I am a man capable of embracing his forthcoming marital responsibilities. It's all about sacrifice. I'll give him a ring.
Hey, you are a love.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm doing it. Lauren. Lauren! Yeah, back in the room. Yeah, are we serving here or what?
Breathe in, please.
Hey, whoa. Yeah, watch yourself, wee girl. You'll knock yourself for the big day, so you will.
Well, I think it's this lot that need to slow down, not me.
Well, they're not the ones getting married, are they?
No. I've done it before.
True. Listen, I might just be in a position to do you a wee favour.
Right. You're making me nervous now, but go on.
Hey, Vern, come here. Listen, I think we've solved your wee problem, so we have.
Yeah, we've sorted out this Sunday.
How do you mean?
Well, Jim is going to look after Amy, so I can do all the wedding stuff and all that, and you can do whatever it is you're doing with Bob.
Aye. Rocking and rolling and banging your wee instruments together, you know what I mean? Sure, it's enough a poor do if I couldn't help you out on a special occasion, eh?
Do you want Tom?
What about you, Vern? Just you find a sunbed shop, top your tan up, eh? Oh, wait a minute, you're not doing a runner, are you?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
None of my business anymore, son. Hey, look, I wish you all the best for tomorrow, eh? Oh, come on, Vernon, don't leave me hanging here, eh? I have no intention of stealing your bride-to-be.
You probably think I'm a coward, don't you? Well, you might be right. But I'll tell you this. You won't bully me. I love Liz. And I'm going to marry her tomorrow.
Of course you are, pop star. Of course you are. And you're both going to live happily ever after, aren't you? Up round there, and you push it in there, as they say. There you are, and that'll stop the cake falling out.
Wow. Do you know that's the best one yet?
We're going to need at least 28 of these.
Well, how big's the cake?
How big's the cake?
Hmm.
Did we order 2 or 3 tea? Do you know, I can't remember what we decided. Oh, look at me. What's happening? My brain's gone to mush. Here we are sitting making all these boxes and we might have nothing to go in them.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't I phone the bakers? I'm sure they'll know.
Number's in the book.
She's a wee bit nervy.
She should never have given up smoking.
Tell you what, there's enough bunting in here to start a bunting shop.
Is it peach? She wanted peach.
No, it's kind of like a creamy peach.
Oh, you better check with Liz.
Mum!
Do you think it looks too Christmassy? I want it to look really wedding-y.
Do you want a drink?
Aye, I'll take a drop of tea with you, dearie.
I'll have a coffee, but make it a strong one.
I wish you'd try and relax.
Right, I'm going to the baker's to get a 3-tiered cake. Do you want anything else?
Flowers. They should be ready, but ring them first just to make sure.
Oh, I could do that. I'll see you later.
Right, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
OK. I do appreciate that, thank you.
Right then, missus. What about this here?
No, to the left a bit more.
Left? Left. How's that?
Perfect.
Right. Where's everyone going?
We're all off doing jobs.
All right.
Did I ask Steve to go to the florist?
Yes, you did, aye.
Oh, I could murder a fag.
Ah, well, there you are. You see, she can resist everything but temptation.
Yeah, well, there's never a right time to give up smoking.
Really? What about the summer of '74?
What?
Summer of '74, you tried to give up smoking, so you did. You remember? We were on holiday, the pair of us, on a 900cc quacker in the Highlands of Scotland, and you tried to give up smoking now, not because you were worried about your health, oh no, it's because we were both skint.
You remember that?
Oh, I do, certainly. You try being locked up 24 hours a day. Believe you me, you do a lot of remembering.
Tea up!
Right, you can eat your tea off that floor.
Thank you.
There we go, James.
Deirdre. Are you going to come and read me a wee story? Because I'll tell you what, I'm not very good at reading. I just like looking at the picture, so come on.
What's going on?
What, do you think it still looks too Christmassy?
No, I mean, with Jim.
Nothing.
I saw you looking at him.
Deirdre, I look at people when I talk to them. Is that a crime?
Have you still got feelings for him?
How can you even ask me that? I'm about to marry Vernon. Jim and Vernon, opposites. Complete opposites.
That's what worries me. Have you really changed that much? You loved Jim once, twice, and now you love Vernon?
Jim is in the past, Vernon's in the future. Not going to go backwards, am I? Hiya.
Hello.
I thought you were reading Amy a story.
Ach, no, Michelle took her upstairs, try a wee dress on her, you know.
Right. Well, there's loads of work to be done through there, if you're not busy.
All right, well, I'll kiss. Lead on, eh?
What's left there? What are you doing?
Shh, stop. Stop it now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I forgot. No, I didn't forget. I just remembered. I'm sorry. If I let you go, will you promise not to hit me? I'll tell you what. I'll take a chance.
Don't do it again.
No. Liz.
Deirdre, you will not
Hey, gorgeous.
Hi. You back?
I couldn't bear to be away from you. Everything okay?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
What about you, Vern? Listen, I thought it was bad luck to, see the bride before the big day, eh?
Well, I'll take a risk.
Right. Look, I'll away on. I don't want to get in anybody's way, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
You look absolutely stunning.
Oh, thank you. It's all down to Maria, mind.
No way. Can't do anything without the raw material.
That Vernon's a lucky so-and-so. He doesn't deserve you. What's wrong?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Maria. I'm ruining all your hard work.
Hey, don't be so silly.
Are you about done here, love?
Yeah, I'll pick up my gear tomorrow if that's all right.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, Maria. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you.
Right, well, see you later.
Thanks, love. I don't know. Weddings, eh? Put you through the ringer as much as funerals, I reckon. I've been up and down like a yo-yo every time I've wed.
Just wish it were that simple. Have you got a fag? I keep hearing this little voice saying, this isn't right, it's not right.
What isn't right?
The wedding. Me and Vernon. Oh, I keep trying to ignore it and get excited, but I can't. I mean, I've been telling myself, just you get through today and it'll all be fine. And then Jim shows up.
Jim.
I know it makes no sense. But when I saw him, I realised I could be making the biggest mistake of my life.
I knew it. As soon as I saw you and Jim together last night, I knew there was something going on.
No, there's nothing going on. How can you even think that after all we've been through?
Well, you've just said that you might cancel your wedding because of it. What am I supposed to think?
Believe me, I don't want Jim. But I want what he used to be. What we used to have.
You'll never be 16 again, love.
Well, maybe not. But I can feel it. And when I saw Jim, the ghost of him. I knew then exactly what I'm missing. Passion. Something intense. Deirdre, I know me and Jim are history, but when we were together yesterday, I felt my heart racing.
Yeah, well, my mother had put that down to high blood pressure.
Yeah, well, it's just as bad for me, I know that. I mean, look at the fling I had with Derek. That happened because me and Vernon don't have that kind of excitement.
Then why the hell did you agree to marry him?
I don't know. Because I felt sorry for him, and he looks at me with that hangdog face, but I do care about him.
Well, he certainly loves you. OK, so he isn't Mr. Excitement, but that doesn't mean it can't work. I mean, Lord knows my marriage is no Alton Towers, but we're very, very happy. Vernon will never let you down.
I know. I know he'll look after me better than the Jims and Derricks of this world ever could. But I don't want to be on a pedestal. I want to be on the edge of my seat, wondering what happens next.
Well, I certainly am. What are you gonna do?
Vernon is a good man. He doesn't deserve a sham. But if I jilt him, he'll be devastated.
So?
I don't know, Deirdre. I don't know.
You need to make a decision, love.
None to be made, is there? I can't do it. Well, I think you could go to the registry office for me and just tell everybody I couldn't face them.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll sort it out.
I feel awful messing everybody about like this.
Don't get over it. You're doing the right thing. It's better an awkward week or two than years and years of unhappiness.
Let's just hope Vernon sees it that way. You?
No, you keep them. Good luck.
Thank you.
What kept you?
What are you doing here?
Well, I was counting on you having a fag, so I was.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm trying to stop.
Oh, looks like it.
Well, you can't blame me for having one last one to steady my nerves. Don't mean I'm up, does it?
Doesn't it? See, some habits are very hard to kick, so they are.
You'd be surprised. Especially when they're bad for you.
Oh, come on, Elizabeth. You and I have made a lot of mistakes over the years. But underneath it all, nothing's changed between us. You're still the wee girl I married.
Jim, I don't want this.
Yes, you do. Because I love you. I always have. And you love me.
No. No, I don't. Yeah, I did once. Once. There wasn't anything I wouldn't do for you. But that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, well, it can be the same thing again. All we need to do is pick up the thread.
No! Do you know what? I really care about you. And I wish you well. But I don't love you anymore.
So what the hell's the last few days been about then?
I've just been friendly.
I don't think so. You were following your heart. And now you're following your head because you think it's too bloody late to cancel this ridiculous wedding.
You couldn't be more wrong.
Really? So you really love that little drummer boy? I don't think so.
Just go, will you?
Okay. You tell me, Elizabeth, that you love Vernon. And I'll never bother you again, I swear.
Right. Your carriage awaits me.
FAB. Right, have you got the rings?
Yep. One for your finger, one for your nose.
Yeah, good one. Can't wait for his speech.
Yeah, I'm glad he put the punch in one of his punchlines. Now, are we ready?
Yes, I've got everything. Reading, vows. Yeah, right. Ah, no, I haven't. Right, you go on. I'll be out in a sec.
Elizabeth, you don't love Vernon. You can't love him. The man's a bloody fool and I will not let you marry him. Look, he's not even good
It's
at it.
none of your business anymore, Jim.
None of my business. None of my business, Elizabeth. I love you. I don't care what anyone else says. As far as I'm concerned, you are my wife and you always will be. Do you understand me? Are you seriously telling me that you want to marry a snivelling apology of a man like that? Well, no way, Elizabeth, you're mine!
Where is he? He's done a runner.
Yeah, I won't be that lucky, mate.
Stupid! You see, you're not listening to me, Vernon. Do you think for 1 minute I'm going to let you take my wife away from me? No chance! She loves me, not you! You stupid! You want to get through it? You're going to get through me first! Stephen, no! You want her to marry that no more? It's her life! No choice!
I'm so sorry. Just help him get him inside, will you? Come on.
Come on.
Just go, you!
You're going to make a terrible mistake, Elizabeth. Please! Stephen, I'm only doing this.
Oh, forget it! I swallowed your sob story, outline a flaming sinker!
No.
I gave you a job, I gave you money, I rolled out the red carpet for you, all because I thought you wanted to change. Because you wanted to be a granddad for Amy.
I do,
no,
son,
you
that's
don't.
what I do.
No,
I
you
do.
don't! It was all about this! You promised me you'd leave him alone, but you couldn't, could you? You just couldn't let it go. Just go, will you?
Shh, please. Don't shout. I've had enough aggro.
Yeah, caused by you. I'm calling the police.
No, please don't do that. Look, I just want to speak to Steve. Please. So there you are now.
Hi.
Stephen, look, what can I say? I'm sorry.
Well, you don't look it. I've just told him what happened.
Look, I feel bad about lashing out. Honest to God, I do. But like I said, it proves a point, doesn't it?
What proves a point?
Well, sometimes you've got to learn when to stick, and other times you've got to learn when to fold. And I mean, your mother folded. You called the wedding off.
Wait a minute, have you told him that...
Well, it was hardly a secret. They sent a lot of us packing from the registry.
She called the wedding back on, you idiot.
What?
What? You
When?
are
Yeah, just after you'd done your flipping Rambo impression. Lloyd, give us a minute, will you?
You didn't think to ring me before I hit the motorway?
Lloyd?
Or leave a message for when I got back?
Lloyd?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just the houseboy.
Oh, my God. I mean, I thought for that.
Dad, you thought that your charm offensive would work. Well, it didn't. It blew up in your face. I'm sorry if you've come here for sympathy.
I haven't come here for sympathy. I've come here because I care. I care about your mother and I care about this family. That's why.
I'm sorry, Dad. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're not a part of this family anymore.
Oh, well, thanks very much indeed. Why don't you give me a dig in the bake when I'm on the floor?
You and Weatherfield, finished. You and me mum, finished.
Well, what about you and me?
Finished.
Oh, come on, son. After all the trust I've put in you, things I've done for you.
No, I'm sorry. The party's over.
Stephen, let me say goodbye to my granddaughter. I'm not above begging. Come here. Hello. Oh. Now then. I've got to say bye-bye.
That's what our mum said, remember?
I'm sorry. I've got to go. But I'll never forget you, even though you might forget me. I'll always love you. And I want you to promise to be a very good wee girl for your daddy. Okay?
Kiss Grandad goodbye.
Oh, thank you. Well, I know you blame me, son. Maybe you got the right. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes in my head, I'm still Colour Sergeant Jim McDonald, full honours, all that. And then, suddenly, it's not as hard as you think to just slip over the edge, you know?
Bye, Dad.
Bye, son.